So, overheating. In the last video, we added the variable to track what status the laser is in. Is it being used or is it not being used? And if it is being used, then this variable is going to be increased in value. So now we want to do something with that value, that once it hits a certain threshold, we want something else to be done. So in the update section, if overheat is greater than, say, 200, and the number I'm using is completely arbitrary, the number you would use would be based on game balance, and eventually you might replace this with a variable that maybe you have the ability to upgrade your weapon so it doesn't overheat as often. So if overheat is greater than 200, then laser in use is going to be set to a new third value. It was yes, it was no. Now it's going to be set to locked or disabled, just something to indicate that you can't use it. Okay. So that in itself doesn't really do anything. We've simply changed that value. So now, right now, this is where you press the button and the laser gets engaged. So now we're going to modify this so it won't check just whether or not you've pressed the mouse button. It will also check if laser in use equals N for now. So if the mouse button is being pressed and laser in use is equal to no, then go ahead and extend the laser. Let's just quickly run that, make sure we didn't break anything. So I'm going to click on the mouse and it comes out. Let go of the mouse. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to retract the laser based on a laser in use being set to locked. I could call it overheated, but I don't want there to be any confusion between the variable overheat and the value overheated. So it wouldn't confuse the system, but from a designer point of view, it'd be easy to confuse the two. So when this overheat status is reached, okay, we want to retract the laser. So we'll grab this because the laser also gets retracted if you let go of the the left mouse button. So if overheat exceeds 200, laser in use gets set to locked. Retract the laser. Let's get rid of that. We don't want that to be set to N yet. We want to leave it as locked. And then here is we'll change it to laser in use will be equal to N. So I think that almost does it. So you're holding down the mouse button. It only will be triggered if laser in use is set to N, which it starts off as. If laser in use is set to Y, which it will be once you press the button, overheat is increased. If overheat exceeds 200, this becomes locked. The laser gets retracted. It runs its coroutine, and then once it gets to the end of the coroutine, the laser in use is set to no. Now, the problem is if you let go of the mouse button at that point, it's going to do another retraction, and we want to stop that. So now all we have to do is change this so laser in use would have to be equal to Y. Now, if you recall, when we first wrote these two conditions, we did not have this laser in use variable. It simply always performed these tasks if this one condition was met. So now we've added a second condition. What is the value of this variable? Let's see if I missed anything. press and hold down. Overheat hits 200, automatically withdraws. I let go of the mouse button, press it again. Okay. Something not quite right. Let's go up to Window, and we'll go to Scene. That we can actually see from a different point of view what's going on. So we're going to click the mouse, goes forward. I'm not going to let go. It overheats. It goes back. I let go of the mouse. It does not go back anymore. Perfect. I click the mouse and it does move forward. Okay, I don't know if that was just a glitch last time. For some reason, it did not show up. That's like the second time that that's happened, but it looks to be working fine. Okay. All right, I think that's it for now. I'll double check that in between videos, but it looks like it was that easy to add the automatic disengaging of the laser when it overheats.